Good evening. This is Marlene Hurd. I'm the Executive Director for Sharing Stories. This is a show where we educate communities around issues facing today and what people are doing to make a difference in finding solutions. Well, tonight we're going to be interviewing Cheauvon Brown. Cheauvon is the founder and executive director of Golden Blessings Ministries. Oh my gosh, she is awesome tonight. Cheauvon, thank you and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So Cheauvon, we're going to be talking about a number of things. Some of the things we're going to go over is you are a domestic violence survivor.
Yes.
Okay, a woman who was once incarcerated.
Correct.
All right, and you returned back to your hometown, Vallejo, California,
Correct.
in March of 2011.
Correct.
Okay, you've done a number of things since that, and we want to talk about all you're doing, your new ministry that you're about to launch. Beauty for Ashes, Discipleship Ministries.
Correct.
We're going to be talking about that. And we're going to be talking about the California Black and Brown Summit on reentry and recidivism. Wow, that's a lot. So I think the first thing I want to talk about is a little bit about your journey coming out of domestic violence, if you'd like to share about that. And allow the viewers to realize the significance of what you went through, how you came out of it, what you're doing with that experience, and how people can learn from you.
The first time, coming out of my relationship in the past, I think people need to be educated. It's such a dire need for people to understand what domestic violence is. When I was going through the process pre-incarceration, you would hear domestic violence and be like, domestic violence, what's that? I don't know what that is. I'm not, it doesn't exist in my life because the life that my environment was dysfunctional. It was not the norm, even though my family was like well-to-do, city official, however you want to say it. We still had issues.
Yeah.
When people get educated with the right way of living, and get educated with physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse,
Yes.
financial abuse, spiritual abuse,
Yes.
then our households will be better.
Yes.
I thought I had everything down tact and, yeah.
And so in talking about it now and being able to know what it's like to go through domestic violence, whatever part of it you went through, now you're out.
Yes.
Now you can see clearly
Definitely.
and knowing the dynamics of it. Can you share with the viewers, how did you get out? What got you out? And how did you stay out? How did you begin the roadway to healing and recovery?
I found the Lord.
Okay.
I found God, and I just gave all of the hurt and the pain of the past relationships that I was involved with. I just gave all that to Him. My heart got broke several times. Yes, it did get broken, but it wasn't a healthy relationship in the first place. And I had to learn that, I deserve better, and seek different people. I don't surround myself with those type of men anymore. Try to live a healthier lifestyle, bringing healthier people into your lives. Just staying away from the riffraff, really.
And so now that you're out, how are you spiritually now in that experience?
Very. I try to see if I see God in them, you know.
Okay.
Because I know if a man has the Lord in him, a man is going to do right by a woman. We do get tricked, we do get fooled,
Yes.
but I try to just not find and look for a man, but
Yeah.
you know, is this person after God's heart? That's the type of person I desire to be with. You know, I'm older now. You know, all this dysfunction is behind me. You know, I just want to grow in the Lord, and I desire to be, if with someone who's on the same path and the same journey for me.
Okay.
As me.
So this may be emotional, but in going through the stages of domestic violence, what happened? Were you beaten? Were you verbally abused? What
All of the above.
was it?
All of the above.
Okay.
I didn't realize the extent of the abuse until I got incarcerated and I joined the domestic violence peer educators.
Okay.
And we would go around to the classrooms and institutions and to like events and stuff, and we would do presentations, and we would educate the women about emotional abuse, spiritual abuse, physical abuse, financial abuse. And I didn't realize the depths of it. You know, I was being financially abused. You know, I was being spiritually abused. The mental and the emotional was there because I knew the emotions that I was going through at that time, these aren't the emotions that, you know, God put man and woman on earth to experience. You know, we're supposed to be happy, we're supposed to be joyful, we're supposed to be joyous, and I'm not feeling that way. You know, something's not right. Physical abuse, I've experienced physical abuse as well. I think my grandmother was abused. And my grandmother she was a little Crow Indian lady. She was like 4, maybe 5 feet, if that. My grandfather was 6'2", 6'3", and my grandfather was an alcoholic. And he would come home and he would beat my grandmother, you know, in front of the kids and stuff. And they were just traumatized through that their whole lives. But I was very close to my grandmother. You know, I was at her hip all the time. She taught me to cook. She taught me everything. And I remember sitting at the tables, and she was like she was schooling me, but she was crying out to me as well. She was telling me, you know, don't ever let a man basically put his hands on you. So I was, throughout my whole life, I was always ready for battle. But it never clicked in me about the mental and emotional abuse that one can inflict on you. So I was always ready to fight. I'll fight in the past, you know, I will fight. But I never had my guards up for the mental and emotional abuse, and I took a lot of that.
Wow, so we're thankful that God protected you.
Amen.
That He allowed no hurt, harm, or danger to be upon you. And we're thankful that the Lord allowed you to come out with your brilliance, your ministries that you're engaged with, and to be a witness and using this as a ministry.
Yes.
So I want to shift and talk about your ministry now, okay? With domestic violence is a heavy topic. Women that are watching, men that are watching right now, what would you say to either person if they're in it? If it's a man, if it's a woman that's watching tonight, what would you say to them to allow them to realize they don't need to stay in that, or they can seek help, or where is that doorway to exit us out of there? What can you say to them about that?
I would say God is not an author of confusion. Love don't hurt. I know in society today, we're so used to these dysfunctional relationships. It's just normal. But you have to really sit back and look at the situation, at the environment, and say, is this normal?
Okay.
You know, is this lining up with what God said?
Okay.
Then I think people feel obligated in relationships. Well, I have to stay because of this. I have to stay because of that. God don't put you in relationships to be punching bags,
Yeah.
or disrespected, or dishonored. So I would say, get out.
Okay.
As you know, I just got out.
And where would they seek help to get out? Is it protective services? Is it
I would ask.
local police?
I would police,
Their
church,
ministry? Yeah.
police, church,
Okay.
people who you know who are genuinely, who really have your well-being
Okay.
in mind. You know, talk to people and get some resources, get some advice.
Okay.
Think of a safety plan, an escape plan. Yeah,
Okay. Great. Glad to hear that. So,
I think we need to have more resources for people who are going through these relationships, and where they will be able to come and say, okay, you know, I want to change my life. This is what I'm going through. You know, what can you do to help me? And, you know, agencies or however, whatever people can do to come together to help people who are in domestic violence relationships.
all right, that's great. So, you are a phenomenal woman.
Thank you.
You're Proverbs 31 woman, as they call you. You've done some important work in the state of California, and now you're about to launch your beauty. Is it Beauty from Ashes?
Beauty from Ashes Discipleship Ministry.
Talk a little bit about that. I mean, that in itself is a lot, but it's Beauty from Ashes Discipleship Ministries. What is all that about?
I think when I thought of the name of it, I thought about I know when I found the Lord, and I remember being on my bunk, one up, and
Your bunk?
my bunk when I was incarcerated.
incarceration. Okay.
And I was going to SOAR, which was a reentry program that I was going through. It was faith-based. It was through the church. It was a 24-month program. And I was doing Beth Moore's Breaking Free
Okay.
Bible study.
Okay.
And I remember listening to Yolanda Adams and doing my Bible study with my headphones on and just crying. I just started crying. And she was singing My Desire basically is to be a vessel for you, Lord. And I had already started my walk with the Lord. I knew that I wanted to go and minister to the women, but by me doing the Bible study, it was a part on there, which this Bible study is where I got a lot of deliverance from. A lot of yokes and chains were broken in me, where she mentioned Beauty from Ashes. And the Lord was ministering to me through the Bible study and through the music. And I was like, wow, you know, I just want to be a vessel. I just want to go out in the highways and byways, and Lord, just use me as your will. And I looked at it's like I had a flash of my old self, full of the drugs and the dysfunctional lifestyle and stuff, and where I am today, you know, just seeking the Lord and just wanting to be used by the Lord. So that's where the Beauty from Ashes came from.
Okay.
I consider myself as being a disciple, you know, always spreading the news, the good news about Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So I just combined it all together. I just always want to connect with people, and you know, we all have a testimony, and
Yes,
by
we do.
everyone sharing their testimonies, we're helping other people.
Right.
So I would just like to have people on to share their stories, their amazing stories, their testimonies. We don't know who we're touching out there, and
Right.
who is in trouble, who we're helping. So that's why I named it that.
And Golden Beauty from Ashes Ministry, where is that located now? And when is it launching?
It's located on the Revolution Network,
Okay.
and we'll be launching it December the 19th,
Okay.
right here at Berkeley Community Media.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Amen.
A couple more things. Now, when I was reading in your bio, your Blog Talk Radio,
Yes.
are you still doing that?
Yes.
Okay, talk a little bit about that.
I got the vision. Me and Ms. Viola Anderson and Faith Dean, we were all chapel workers in the Chapel of Hope when we were incarcerated. Those are my sisters. We're the three in the court that God put together. We touched a lot of lives while we were inside. We ministered a lot to women. They always came up to us for encouragement, for prayer. It was in 2012. It was right before the holidays. And I knew I wanted to do something with them when I came home. And it was right before Thanksgiving. And the Lord, I was like, oh, Lord, it's that time of year where it's going to be a lot of murders. People are going to be getting killed. Our community and our society is just going to be crazy because of the holidays. Women out doing things they're not supposed to be doing to get toys and money for their kids. People robbing each other from November till the first of the year. And so it came to me. I had already heard about the Blog Talk. Why don't you get your sisters together and go on the air? And I called them. I said, this is what I want to do. Can you guys support me with this? They said, of course. And our first shows, we didn't plan on being on this long. Our first show, we just was going to be on for the holiday season. Our first show was called Lifting Everyone Up for the Holiday. And we'll be on 2 years this Thanksgiving.
Wow.
It just keeps going on and on and on.
And so, how gets people that are watching right now, and they're like, wow, this woman is incarcerated, survival of domestic violence, now she's doing this. Man, where can I see her show at? Where's the Blog Talk Radio?
The Blog Talk Radio, we have a Facebook page on Facebook. You can connect with us on Facebook.
Is that the name of it?
It's called
Blog Talk Radio?
Sisters Sowing the Word. Sisters Sowing the Word Ministries. Blog Talk Radio. You can connect with us on Facebook. It's a number. Sorry, everyone, I don't know the number right now. You can call in live. And our shows are every Sunday from 8 o'clock to 8:30. We have different evangelists on, pastors. Sometimes we do the show, us three. We just have people on there ministering, telling their testimonies. Or you can go on our Facebook page and click on the link. You can go on there and get all the shows. Click on whatever show you want to click on and listen to it that way.
And now, is at 8 a.m. in the morning or
8
evening?
8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Okay, 8:30 p.m. Okay, great. So now I want to talk about this state work that you're doing now. I mean, I know you're the women's, you went to the Women's Policy Institute.
The WPI.
WPI. You went to that. What did you do in there? With the policies.
I was on the criminal justice team in 2000. I was in the 2012 to 2013 class on the criminal justice team. My team and I worked on SB 61 with Senator Yee, which was limiting juvenile solitary confinement.
Okay. Senator Yee is who? Who's Senator Yee for people who don't know?
Senator Yee is.
I mean, is he in California?
He's a California legislator. Yeah.
Capital?
Yeah.
What area?
State capital.
Okay.
His district office is in San Francisco.
San Francisco, okay.
Yes.
Great. And let's now talk about the state California Black and Brown Summit on Reentry and Recidivism. I mean, you got a dynamic lineup of speakers. You got Senator Lonnie Hancock. I mean, you got a host of professionals that's going to be coming to this conference in November.
Yes.
Please talk about this work you're about to embark upon.
I'm Deanna Allen. She's amazing. She's the founder of Daughters of Destiny. I met her while I was incarcerated.
Okay.
And coming home, jumping right into the social justice field.
I mean, out of incarceration.
Yes.
Okay.
Working in Alameda County, San Francisco County. I've even traveled to Humboldt University and sat on panels and stuff. All these different counties had unity, and I knew I had to travel to different counties to do social justice work, or tap into what I'm used to.
Okay.
And my own county didn't have it. Everybody just stayed in their little corners.
Uh-huh.
So when I developed Golden Blessings, I said that's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to get a panel going with the mayor and the police chief and city officials and stuff, and let's come together in unity. But that got put to a halt. God was working an even bigger picture out. So I got asked to step up on the Reentry Council for Solano County, and Deanna brought up the Black and Brown Reentry Summit. And she asked if anybody would be willing to help her, and of course I stepped up.
And that's the California.
It's the Solano County,
Solano County.
Black and Brown Reentry Recidivism Summit.
Okay.
The founder, Richard, what's Richard's last name? Gorkis. He has been to different counties, and he's done a summit in San Diego County and a couple other counties. We're launching this one in Solano County, November the 12th through the 14th, and after we leave there, we're going to the state capitol 2015 in January.
Okay. Mike, so talk about some of the speakers and the workshops you're going to be having there.
Oh.
It's a 3-day conference.
Yes. Really want to touch out to faith-based community in Solano County to get them to participate with people who are coming back into the community, church-friendly churches, really for churches to do outreach. Also, we have just all kind of different workshops, evidence-based workshop.
Okay.
We have who is the population of AB 109, educating the community of exactly who are, there are different people from AB 109. It's not just female and male gender.
And then tell the viewers, what is AB 109?
AB 109 is, AB 109 was a bill that was passed in 2011 that Governor Brown passed.
Who's the author of that bill?
I can't remember.
Was it Lonnie Hancock?
Was it? I think so.
Lonnie Hancock is the author?
Okay, Lonnie, and she's our keynote speaker.
Okay.
Lonnie Hancock, to come up and find solutions for people coming back into the community.
Okay.
That will help not only the people coming back home have successful reentries, but it's gearing a little bit towards the overcrowding of the judicial system. What are solutions that they can do to minimize the judicial system?
Okay.
What are solutions that they can do to assist people inside of the judicial system to get better education, to get better job skills, to prepare them for coming back into the community?
Okay.
I sat on the Justice Reinvestment Committee in March, and they wanted to know what I did while I was incarcerated, what made me want to change basically my program. And I told them one was finding the Lord and finding who I was within the Lord. and 2 would be workshops. Workshops are fun. You know, when I first started doing them, I didn't want to do them, but the more I did them, the more I was like, oh, well, when's the next workshop? You know, so I think workshops are fun and they're educational and they motivate you and they make you want to do better in life.
So as we close out the show tonight, one, I'm humbled by everything you've gone through, everything you have survived, and how you've taken those experiences and channeled them in a positive way. I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
And most importantly, that you're helping people by your experience. It takes a lot to go through incarceration. That by itself is a lot. Domestic violence, and then you have a son. You didn't talk about your son.
I have a daughter, I have a son, and I have 2 grandbabies.
And you have right?
Yes,
You have
2,
children.
yes.
So, all of that, and you're a pillar and a witness to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Got to be.
So that's awesome dynamic, that you are into all this great work, and who knows where the Lord's about to take you now.
I don't know, but like I said, use me as your vessel at your will.
So, in closing, ladies and gentlemen, as you see tonight, Cheauvon Brown, founder of Golden Blessings Ministry, and now getting ready to launch Beauty from Ashes Discipleship Ministries. On the rebound, getting ready to do some statewide work, and now looking to come into a city, a county near you. So,
Amen.
Cheauvon, people who are looking to get in touch with you, how would they contact you?
You can contact me at area code 707-712-6745 or Facebook me at Cheauvon Latrice Brown.
Thank you for watching, sharing stories. Good night.
Good night.